Entaratastar, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kylaris, and welcome back to another one of my casts. This is going to be a pro game from the MLG Dallas between LiquidTyler, aka Noni, and SeleCT, who is a very highly rated top Terran player on the US servers. I was about to say UK servers, but that would make no sense. And yeah, so I'm going to be back with Noni again, as I do love him dearly. He is my little Protoss super buddy, even though I've never spoken to him and never even seen him in real life. So yeah, he's not really my buddy. So as you can see, Noni at this point is going to be throwing down that pylon at a very, very normal time, and SeleCT's just going to be mining away, going to be throwing down his supply depot in a very convenient place, going to be lowering that no doubt once it's actually finished, or maybe even just keeping it up in order to be able to block a probe from scooting around endlessly somewhere. Yeah, so I just want to say again thank you very much to my fourth official donator, Neo, who donated a significant amount to my US account cause, so thank you very much for that. I do appreciate it. If anybody else wants to donate in order to help me to that cause, that would be fantastic. I love you guys regardless anyway, but the donations that people give me just kind of will me to go on. In fact, I recently, inspired by the donations, I recently redid my homepage with Photoshop. So if you like what you see, please comment, tell me what you think of that homepage. I've done a little bit of editing, not too much, but anyway, tell me what you think of it. I'm considering it as the beta phase of that right now, because I probably do want to make more changes to it. So yeah. Just tell me what you think. Leave comments on my page. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. So, as we can see, SeleCT is, as we can see, oh god, as you can see, SeleCT is going to be scooting around with this SCV, and Noni is going to be throwing down that cybernetics car, and I don't have my production tab. And what the frick? Oh my god! Why is the frigging effort? One sec. Okay, I'm calm. So, SeleCT's scouting SCV is going to be hitting that pylon a little bit, having a look around as well. Noni is going to be grabbing his second gas. We do see now that SeleCT is grabbing a tech lab, quick tech lab here, as well as a second barracks. So, if this were me, I would be going for my 2-gate Stargate build, just to frig up this very fast tech lab. Although that being said, that SCV was annoyingly in the base, and it seems like, oh, alright Micro on there, he was trying to kill that SCV by trying to block it, but it was to no effect. Yeah, so at this point I would be going for a 2-gate Stargate, since I would see this quick tech lab, but as you can see, and the reactor going down on that second barrack, so he's going to have quite a lot of Marines out very early, and he's just probably going to be using this initial Reaper for scouting, as it's very, very rare that you do actually see proper Reaper harass nowadays due to the actual nerf that did come in recently. So now there's a robotics facility going down for Noni, and we can see that he does have that first cell out, as well as warp gates half researched, and a stalker being boosted out, as well as the second gateway going up for Noni. Throwing down that first mule from SeleCT, or second mule even, and another marauder coming out for SeleCT in order to be able to fend off any kind of zealot stalker harassers that do come along. Warp gates now 75% finished. I'm going to keep updating people on that because it's frigging warp gates and it's frigging awesome. And a second pylon going down next to these buildings, just to make sure that this one not being sniped off would mean an instant GG, because technically it would if these buildings were only powered by one pylon. I'm actually surprised that this is only powered by one pylon. Normally I enjoy being able to power multiple, using multiple pylons in order to be able to power multiple buildings, etc, etc. Overlapping is always very good as Protoss. You don't want to be called instant GG'd just by one frigging pylon dying. So now SeleCT's going to be throwing down that fast expansion as well as a bunker in order to prevent that from being taking any serious damage, and Noni at this point just warping in a few more sentries in order to be able to force field this ramp infinitely, if SeleCT does intend to go for a very, very quick MM push, or even MMM push if he decides to take up to a Stargate. This SCV here doing a little bit of scouting, making sure it knows where this expansion is going down, and this SCV is going to see that expansion going down, is going to make a quick retreat, although he's going to be found by these units eventually. Yes, there he goes. Poor little SCV, for we knew him well. And another pylon going down for Noni in this forward position in order to be able to make sure he can build either a little sim city or just kind of be able to build like a cannon there or some buildings at the front. More probes coming out for Noni. He does get a little bit silocked, although this pylon has warped in now and has sorted that out quite nicely. Select does, I believe he must see that observer. That's way too obvious. He was controlling those units as if he was going to scan, and maybe he's going to scan. He's thinking about it. He's saving up for the scan. He knows it's coming. Oh, he actually dropped a meal, so maybe I'm completely wrong. Oh well, doesn't matter. And we do see a third barracks now going down for Select. He's playing a very economical game at this point, whilst Tyler is just going for this 3-gate robo, and I'm surprised he hasn't got anything out from that robo other than that observer. It would be in good stead to actually grab himself an immortal, especially since there are quite a few marauders in this mix. Oh, so now we do actually see a robo bay going down for Noni, and we do see also a forward push coming in from Select here. Force fields are going to be key in this battle. He really needs to force field in a good place, cutting those units in half. Really nice force fields there, although these units actually did move very nicely from Select here, retreating around the corner in order to be able to save themselves pretty much. Although that being said, those force fields did pretty much render that stim pretty useless. Nice force fields there, but again, nice movement from Select in order to be able to move away from those force fields and not get caught by the zealots in this area here. And it seems though that Noni really handled that very nicely. The force fields were good, and there wasn't a ton that Select could do, and even in the position that Select was in and what he did, Select still did the right things. He still moved in the right direction. It was really important for him not to get pinned back by these zealots, but it just seemed that Select could not have done anything better in that situation, in my opinion, right there. So we do see quite a bit of chrono boots being saved up on this Nexus. I would like to see it on some warp gates, or even this robo facility, although he is chrono boosting out that Colossi, queuing up a second Colossi in order to no doubt make some kind of push very soon. Not going for the range just yet. I don't think he really needs it right now, especially since there are no Vikings on the way, although that Starport even is on the way. And we do see now this MM ball going to be moving in, although this has been spotted by Noni's observer and is going to be pushed back as soon as he does see this Colossus. Unless he does stim and tries to snipe the Colossus, but he's not going to, since it doesn't actually have the increased range, so it is liable. Oh, excuse me. It is liable to be sniped, but it's not going to be proved to any use for Select at this point. I do see that thermal lance upgrade being researched now, and it seems like, oh, actually Select is opting for Medivacs. I'm surprised that he wouldn't be opting for some Vikings in order to be able to try and snipe out that, or maybe even just a mix. Since you can produce a Viking and a Medivac, you don't have to produce exclusively Medivac or Viking. So, yeah. We do see now another barracks going down for Select, and I'm trying to get away from saying we do see, but oh, it's so goddamn hard. And another Colossi now coming out for Noni, so he's gonna be in really good stead here if he can get enough Colossi out. 3 is going to be a critical mass at this point, and I imagine he's going to be making a push as soon as that range upgrade it does go down. A few Vikings now coming out for Select, and it seems like that it's just not going to be enough, especially if Noni does get a third and maybe even, oh, he has a 4th Colossi coming out now, as well as that gate just warping in, so he's going to be in a really bad spot, Select, at this point if he doesn't do anything about this Colossi count anytime soon. These Vikings are just not going to be enough at this point. Lovely force fields there, splitting this army in half. That Medivac quickly picking up some of the units that were in front of that force field and then retreating. Really nice play from Select there. Not much he could have done against those force fields. And we see now another gateway coming down from Noni. So Noni in a really good spot here, actually. He's going to be pushing out with these 3 Colossi. He's pretty confident in the fact that these Colossi are going to be able to do a lot of damage. That range upgrade just finished right now, so as soon as that 4th Colossi comes out, he's going to no doubt make that push. Since this is a very, very scary amount of units here. More Vikings on the way for Select, but it's going to be too little too late, I think, at this point. He does already have 4 Vikings out right now, but it's just not going to be enough to deal with 4 Colossi before the Colossi just rip through this MMM ball. So he did scan there, seeing that these units were advancing, and is going to be making a forward push. Really needing to see some nice force fields go down here in order to be able to prevent the retreat. Really not very good force fields right there. They did force the retreat, but it wasn't good enough in order to be able to catch some units. A little bit of a few Marines coming around here did stim and go around the back and trying to pick off a few probes here, but they're going to meet their doom to the... Oh, they got fried by that Colossi just then. And then we do see now an expansion going down for Select, but I'm pretty sure this is too little too late, as this force is stupidly scary. A few Vikings out, 7 Vikings now for Select, but again, I believe it's going to be too little too late, as these units are just going to get fried before the Colossi can actually die. So he is trying to kite with these units, but it's trying to get more shots off with these Vikings. The Vikings are dying to the Stalkers, and the Colossi are doing a lot of damage. Although that being said, those Colossi got a bit overzealous and did take a lot of Marauder damage. But these Stalkers are going to be able to clean up everything here, no problem. We do see a few more Stalkers and the Colossi reinforcing, but Select here is in a really bad spot and is bringing SCVs out in desperation to push this away, but is going to have to call GG very soon, as there is another Colossi here, as well as a lot of Stalkers that are going to just be able to finish this off. So yeah, that's going to be GG. There we go. So thank you very much for watching this, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like what you see, please subscribe. Also, I have a follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter, that's the one. I don't have a Facebook because I hate Facebook. Hey, I hate Twitter, but still everyone was like, get Twitter, it's amazing. So yeah, I did. So thank you very much, and I will see you guys next time.